Hello everyone, this is Mundan Raghavan. Today we are going to see what is map inside the Go languages and what are the different activities that we can do with the map inside the Go language. Before starting anything, just we will understand the schematic diagram of the map. So generally map will have the different keys and each key will be having the related value for that. Whenever you are going to access the map, you will be giving the key so that you will be getting the value for that. So this is the basic understanding about the map. So with that, we will just understand what are the syntax rules available for the map inside the Go language. So it will have the keyword called map and it will have the key type and the value type. So you are going to define the map with the key and its type and value and its type. After defining, you can add the keys, or you can, if you have already values, you can retrieve the value by providing the key to the map. The zero value of map is null, like other, let's say integer float, we will have the 0, 0.0 respectively, like that zero value of map is null. But however, a nil map cannot have any keys or you cannot add any keys in later point also. In general, you will create the map by using the make function inside the Go languages that we are going to see in the coming place. And another point about map is map types are referent types. So that means that you are just sending the address of the map. If you are assigning the map to the another map or another variable, that time you are giving the reference to the new variable so that you make some changes in the new map or you make some changes in the original map, it will affect the other. Okay, fine. So we are going to see some of the different syntax rules about the map in this session. The first one is empty map declaration. So when you create the map, as we discussed earlier, you will be using the keyword called map, and then you will be mentioning the type of the key inside the square brackets, and you will be mentioning the value type after the square brackets. Then if you have the empty braces, it will be considered as a empty map. Then if you try to print out what is going to come, that we are going to see, and after that, whether it is a nil or not, that you will see. If it is a nil, even though we have not covered the conditional statement, it is very simple if statement. If m1 is equal to nil, then you will be getting this statement again. Then after we are trying to add some value or we are trying to add some key to the m1 map, we are giving the map value or let's say the key value, and then we are giving the value for that. Then after if it happens, then we are trying to print the m1. So that's what going to happen here. So let's see. Then after we are just adding some value even after this statement, and we are trying to print the m1 again. So let's copy this. We will go to the playground and we will understand because it will be very clear to understand. Okay. So I hope syntax is right. So we will execute. Okay, here you can see the first print statement. As soon as you created the M1, if you try to print it, it will be giving the empty map. So it does not have anything. Okay, then after you are trying to see whether it is nil or not. So if it is nil, it should have printed if map is nil. Here it is not printing. Then we are printing the map again. So since it does not enter into the if block, so we are just getting the same empty map again. In later point, you are trying to add the key and value to the map. The way you can add the key and value is like the map name and then square bracket, you will be mentioning the key here. Based on the type, you will be mentioning the key here. In our case, the key type is string, so we are giving the key as a string here, and after we are giving the value. In our case, the map having the value type as integer, then we are giving some integer value. Then we are trying to print the M1 now. So here you can see the key has the test01 colon followed by the value for the key. So this is a simple understanding about how to create the empty map and how you are assigning the value in the later point. If you are just creating with braces at the end after you mention the map declaration, so that will create the empty map. It is not the nil map. It is the empty map. In later point, you can add the value that you have seen here. By adding the key and value, you are just adding some entries to the map. Okay, next one, creating nil map. In generally, creating nil map is not recommended or it's not required at all, but sometimes it may be useful that we will see in later stage. But in this point, we will understand how to create the nil map and how it behaves when you try to do something. So see here, so where M2 map string integer. So here in this case, you can clearly understand M2 is the map name and we are creating the map by using the syntax map and then followed by the key type and followed by the value type. And next one we are trying to print that, okay fine, and then after we are just checking whether it is the empty map or whether it is the nil map. In case of empty map, you had, let's say, braces here, empty braces, but here we don't have anything, so that means that it will create the nil map. So in that case, it will enter into the if block and it will show us a nil map. But what if you try to add some keys to the nil map? What happens? That also we will see in 2 iterations. As of now, I will just execute this one. So whether it is nil or not, it will show it to us. Yes, initially it is trying to print empty map. Okay, fine. So it looks like a empty map, but if you try to assert or if you try to check whether it is nil or not, it is showing nil. So empty is equal to the nil. That's why it entered into the if class. What if I try to assign some value to the nil map, whether it is allowed or not, that we will see. Sorry, it is a mistake, typo mistake. It should be M2. Again, I will run it. Here you can see panic assignment to entry in nil map. So you are clearly seeing that in nil map, you cannot add the keys in later point. Even it cannot have any keys at all. So that is the case. So we don't need to create the nil map until unless we have any specific requirement for that. As we discussed earlier, there are different ways you can create the empty map or you can create the nil map. But in general, people used to create the map by using the make function. So what is make function? How to use that? That we are going to see now. So map declaration using the make function. So here you can see so map and then the type of the key and type of the value, and you are just covering with parentheses with the make function. So that means that make function will create the map, especially it will be the empty map you can see. And we are using the shorthand notation M3. So we are just assigning the value to the map. Okay, fine. So then later point I'm adding the test 03 and I am assigning the value for that is 300. Okay, and I'm printing the M3. Okay, fine. Then after what happens is, let's see, I'm creating the length for map. So that means that in M4, I'm creating the map string, but here in this case, rather than creating with the map function, sorry, make function, I'm just using directly the values there, like how you can declare directly values when you create the map itself. So for this example, in earlier case, we have the empty braces for empty map, but here we are giving the key and value here itself, which matches the type what you have mentioned here. So string and integer, it matches the string and integer, so you are creating. And after also you can add the values by using the key and value pairs. So that also I'm doing and printing the M4. And after I'm adding some more value, okay, fine. Then M4 printing. So this way you can see, but again, if you want to see the length function, for example, what is the len function? Let's say rather than M4, I will just create len. And so you can see the size. So what if I want to delete something from the map entry? So in that case, what you will do is like delete function and you will be mentioning the map name and you will be mentioning the key for that. So that means that inside the M4 map, you are going to delete the entry which has the key as test05. Then after you are printing the M4. Let's execute and see if any errors or anything happens. Here you can see the first print statement. So here it will be having only the 03 and 300. So that is fine. We have printed the M3. So this is fine by using the make function. And next one M4 we are creating. When you create itself, so just providing the key and value 4 and 400. Then after you are adding the 5 and 500 so that you can see clearly here. And then after we are just printing the length of the M4. So that is showing 2. So it will be having only the length of 2. That's the reason you are getting 2. Okay, fine. Then after here, you can just think like M4 test 05 555 I'm adding, but why it is not reflecting? Why? Because you are just adding, but it looks like adding. You are not adding, actually, you are updating. So that means that when the key is already present, it will be updating that value. And if the key is not present, it will be adding to that map. Since test 05 is already there, so it will be updating the value to 555 from 500. So that's the reason you will have only two keys here, 04 and 05. That's the reason len function returns the count as 2. And then after you are just deleting only one entry, so M4 05. So M4 map you are deleting the entry which has the key as 05. After deleting it will have only the 4 and 400. That's the reason you are getting only those things. So in this snippet we have understood so how to update or how to make the new entry for the map and how to use the len function. And we have seen how to create the map by using the make function as well. Okay, next one, key presence. So let's say you have a huge, let's say map and it has a different number of keys and values. If you want to get whether the key is already present or not. So in that case, you will be just using this kind of syntax. So M5, and here you can see map string, and I'm just giving the value 4 and 400. This is the value implicitly I'm giving in the starting itself. And then after, let's say I want to check whether the test4 key is present or not. So in that case, what I will do is like just I will mention M5, the map name, and then the key I will be giving. If I try to assign this value, it will be returning two values. One is the value and another one is the OK flag. Generally, you can have any variable name. In simplicity, the first one will be the value and second one will be the status of your key. So that means that if you have the key inside your map, so it will be giving the true. If it is not, it will be giving the false. If it is there, then it will be giving the true and it will have the value inside the variable called I. If it is not, it will be giving the value as false and it will be having the I variable as the 0. So for simplicity here, you can see the test04 is already present and I am trying to print the I is equal to I and OK both. And after that, I am trying to print another one. So M5 ASDA. So in that case, what happens is it will be giving the false and it will be giving the 0 as the value for the I. Here I am not going to assign to anything, directly I want to print it. So let's execute and see. Here you can see in the first case, it has the value. So that's the reason I has the value of 400 and it is returning the value as true. In second case, it is just returning the 0 value. But what if I just something edit here? Let's say I want to add something and try to print this one. And as of now, I will just comment this one. Okay, fine. So let's see now I and OK values. Here you can see the OK variable will be having the value of false and it will be having, I will be having the value of 0. So this way you can clearly understand how to check whether your key is present inside the map or not. So there is another command. So if the key is not in the map, then element is the 0 value of the maps element. So why are we getting here 0 means this point has to be noted. So since the value type of this map is integer, the 0 value of map of the 0 value of integer is 0. So that's the reason you are getting here. Let's say if the value type is string, then you will be having I is equal to spaces because the 0 value of string will be the spaces. So basically the first return value will be the 0 value of the value type. Okay, then we will be going to the next reference types and maps. So as you know already, there will be two kind of just passing the value with the value itself. So that means the copy of the value will be sent. So whenever you make changes, it will not impact the base version or the original version. In other type, you are just sending the reference or the address of the whatever the element you are going to copy. So in that case, if you are making in the new version changes, that will be impacting the old version as well. So in case of maps, it's a reference type. So that means that you are sending the address itself of the map. Here you can see M6 is equal to map of string key and the integer value, and you are providing the values in the starting itself, test06 and the value 600. Then I'm creating the new variable called M7. I'm just assigning the value M6 to the M7. Since the maps are, let's say, reference types, so both will be having, let's say, if you are making any changes, obviously it will impact in the M6. If you are making changes in the M7, it will impact the M6. But before doing any changes, we will just print out M6 and M7, how it looks like. And then after I'm making changes inside the M7, one is like adding the new key because initially it has only 06. I'm adding the 07. And after I'm just updating the 06 existing key, I'm just updating to the 666. So it has been happening inside your M7. So what will happen for the M6 to see that we are printing both M6 and M7 here. Here you can see after just assigning the value, both has the same 06 and 600. Right? Then after I'm making changes to the M7 map, then I'm just printing the M6 and M7. So it is impacting the both. So you can see both maps having the same value. That means that if you're making changes in the copied version, it will impact the original version because it is a reference type. So these are the few types about the maps, are very basic understanding about the map inside the Go languages. There are other very deep concepts or advanced concepts available inside the map, such as like sorting or iterating. Or let's say even the key can be any type or the value can be any type. So the key can be any type in the sense it should be the comparable. So what is comparable, and those things we are going to see in the coming videos. And value type can be anything that we discussed in the starting. Even it can be another map or struct also. Just for simply understanding purpose, we have used the value type as integer here. But even here you can use the map or struct also. So in that case, it will get little deep understanding requires for that. So that we will see in the advanced videos. So this is about the map. So thanks all. Thanks for watching and have a great day.